started ninth grade. 3 words.
All right, so you're gonna go into the Mentimeter app. You can use your camera and take a picture of the QR code, and then it's going to open in the menti.com app, and you're gonna enter your 3 words.
Do I need a QR scanner app?
Say again?
Do I need a QR scanner app?
You should just be able to take a picture of the QR code and it will work.
Okay.
Or you can go to here. Let me see if I can, let me cut and paste it for you into the chat.
Mr. Tar, if the take your pictures, it would show immediately the link or the call.
Yes, it will.
No, I got it. Well, it actually worked.
It worked? Okay, either way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. That's okay. Okay, guys, just one more minute. Come on, put your words in. You can do it more than once.
Can you see the question or you want me to repeat it?
We see the question.
Okay, the question is, what are 3 words that describe your ninth grade experience so far since you started ninth grade? 3 words.
All right, so we're gonna keep going, and at the end, I'll be able to hopefully show you what you guys responded. So let's get started. All right, so today's agenda. Ms. Hernandez, you wanna go through what we're gonna discuss today?
Sure, definitely. Okay, guys, today we are going to be discussing during this town hall meeting. Can you go back? Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Reporting to class and daily attendance, very important. Mass virtual parent teacher conference. Breakdown of graduation requirements, whatever you need to graduate from high school. How to read a high school transcript. Teacher office hours, including Saturday. The first marking period report card. How do you do and how can you improve the grade if you have to? How to calculate and convert and maintain your GPA / average. Virtual community service and question and comments at the end.
Okay, you guys. So the first thing I wanted to go over with you is our beautiful website. This slide is for you to also, Ms. Thompson-Young couldn't be with us today because she has another meeting she has to attend, but she's gonna try to pop in. But this is our beautiful Principal Thompson-Young. And I wanted to show you our Mass website, which is really, chock full of information. And that's where you should be going whenever you're not sure what to do, or you have a question, or if you're not clear about something. It gets updated a lot. Principal Thompson-Young is always adding things. And it's taking a minute to log on, but I wanted to just share with you the site. On this site, there's a tab that says reporting to class, and under here, under 2020-2021, this tab is really important because it gives you all the information for your Google Classroom codes and your Zoom links. It's also a live document. So if a teacher changes a code for whatever reason, something doesn't work, or that one of the Zoom links isn't working, they actually go in here to update it. So this is your, again, this is how you can just go in here if you're having any kind of trouble, and you can see that it has your teacher, the period, your Google code, and your Zoom links. They're all here. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention to make sure that you're using it. It's really important that you check it often because, like I said, the information changes often. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is that next week, November 12th and 13th, is parent-teacher conferences. And so there's a link here just for parents. So your parents or guardians can go on here to check important information. One of the really important things that you're gonna probably get a phone call from that we were calling parents today about is your lunch form application. So there's a link here for lunch forms, but you also might get a phone call because lunch forms are extremely important, and since you're new to our school, we don't have a lunch form application for you. But there's a link here for parent-teacher conferences, and this year we're using something called Teacher Reacher. And so your parents can actually create their account or sign into their account and add you as their child and be able to make appointments with all of your teachers for parent-teacher conference, which again is next week. The evening conferences are next Thursday, 5:30 to 8, and the afternoon conference is Friday from 12:30 to 2:30, and you're gonna have a half-day schedule that day. So more information will be sent to you. So again, it's really important that you're constantly checking the MAC's website because it has a lot of information that you and your parents need to know about. All right, so let's go on to the next slide. All right, so I know you've seen this before because all your teachers have discussed this, but these are the MAS virtual must-haves that we're really trying to implement, and we're really excited that you as ninth graders as our new remote learners are also making sure to follow these rules. We want you to stay mute until you're required to speak, right? We want you to keep your video on. So thank you to all of you that are doing that. And if you were not able to turn your camera on, thank you for letting me know. You wanna make sure that when you're in breakout rooms, you're following protocols with a timekeeper and a reporter. You wanna make sure that you use the chat only for positive comments, and that you're also making sure to pay attention in class and you're not chatting with friends privately. So again, as it says on the flyer, we want to make sure that you present yourself as you would present yourself if you were physically in the school building, okay? And so obviously I see a lot of you already have cool style and you're expressing yourselves, you have your different, you know, those of you that have your camera on, I already see that you guys have your backgrounds and all that stuff. So. The other thing that's really important is your daily attendance. So there's a daily student attendance, which is the daily check-in, which you should be doing every single day, and you only do that once. But then each teacher is also taking attendance. So many of your parents have already started, you know, calling us to find out why they're getting a message from a teacher that you did not attend class that day. And that's exactly why the virtual must-haves are so important, because we want to make sure that your teachers see you and that they actually, you know, see you in the virtual room, participating, engaged, and that they don't miss you when they're doing attendance. So all your classes are taking attendance separately, but then we have that daily student attendance that needs to be filled out so that all of our records are correct. You already know that Mondays we have the special schedule, so it's a little bit different. The time is shorter, and you have an advisory check-in. So again, just making sure that you understand that for Mondays, that you understand the schedule. All your teachers have office hours. Their office hours begin at 2 o'clock. So speak to your teachers if you need extra help, if you need to check in with a teacher about an assignment, or if you just have a question, you can use their virtual teacher office hour link that is in the website that I showed you, okay? After school tutoring is also happening. So again, you need to advocate for yourselves as far as what you need. So ask your teachers, ask them, when can I come and talk to you? When can I'm having trouble with the project you gave us, or whatever it is. It's really important that you speak to your teachers and ask them to meet with them, okay? And of course, you're in 9th grade, but we're already thinking about college and career ready. High school is where you become ready for college and to start thinking about what careers you'd like to have after high school. So thinking about all these things and taking all the opportunities that we have available, okay? All right, Ms. Hernandez.
Okay, now can you move to the next slide?
Yep.
Now we are going to be talking about graduation requirements. We are going to start by talking about the credits that you need. Then we will talk about the Regents or the examination. And this is New York statewide, okay? So now you probably already know, but you need 44 credits total to graduate in New York State in order to graduate from high school. And all 44 credits are divided in different subject area. For example, let's start with the English department. In the English subject area, you need 8 credits to graduate from high school. And they must be from English 1 all the way to English 8. Now, every time I do one subject, I'm going to ask you a question. Did you have any question about the English subject area?
So
No?
if
Go ahead.
it's English 1 to 8, so when do we take English 5 to 8? Is it 2 every year?
Yes, it's 2
Sure.
every year.
It's 1 every semester, which is equivalent to 2 every year. So for example, you're taking English 1 now, so you'll be taking English 2 next semester, during the spring semester, then the fall semester, you're taking English 3, and the spring semester 2021, you will be taking English 4. However, not many students coming with English from junior high school. I will leave this alone. But some students bring some English credit, but not that many. Okay? Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect. Now let's move on to social studies subject. The social study, you need 8 credits. And these 8 credits are divided in different parts. For example, right now you are taking American history, right? So even though you're taking American history, I'm going to start with global, okay? So you need global 1 through 4, which is global 1, global 2, global 3, and global 4. Then American history 1 and American history 2. So meaning, if you're taking American history 1 now, during the fall semester, you'll be taking American history 2 during the spring semester. And then you would take the region in June, okay? Now, the next part for social study is participation in government, which is only 1 semester, 1 credit. Participation in government, you don't need to take any regions, but just 1 class, 1 credit, 1 semester. Then the next one is economic. It's also 1 semester, no regions for economics. Now, did you have any question in social studies? Any question? Okay, let's move on to the math. The math is a very interesting subject. Now, you need minimum 6 credits in math, okay? Minimum 6 credits in math, and this 6 credit must be divided in different area. For example, you can get 2 credits in algebra, 1 and 2, which is MES 21, MES 22. You can also get geometry 1 and 2, and you can get another 2 math credits. It could be trigonometry, it could be calculus, pre-calculus, etc. If you're taking algebra 1 and 2, for example, you're taking algebra 1 now, you'll be taking algebra 2, part 2, in the spring semester, and then you'll be taking the Regents in June. You're taking geometry, because you passed the algebra Regents in junior high school, then you'll be taking geometry 1 and 2, and then the geometry Regents in June, if that happens.
Actually, there's algebra 2. If they took algebra 1 in high school and middle school,
right,
then you're in algebra 2 now.
Then they will move to algebra 2, which is trigonometry. Okay. Any question in math? No? Okay, let's move on to science, the science department. Science, you need minimum 6 credits of science to graduate. And those 6 credits are divided the following. You need at least 2 credits of living science and 2 credits of environmental science, okay? And then another 2 credits could be AP psychology, AP biology, chemistry, but you need 2 credits living science, 2 credits of physical science. And then you are taking living environment 1 now, you'll be taking living environment 2 in the spring semester, and then you'll be taking the Regents, okay? In June. Any question regarding science? No question? Okay, let's move on to language. You need minimum 2 credits in language, which is 2 semesters, which means a full year of language. We, over here in our school, we offer Spanish and French. Now, if you are moving on to the advanced reading diploma, you need to take a full 3 years of foreign language, which means 2 credits, you will use it as requirement for graduation, and the other 4 credits or the foreign language, you can use it for electives as well. Okay? Now, any question regarding the LOTE, which is the, it used to be called Regents, but now LOTE. So any question regarding language, any language other than English, Spanish or French? No? Now, let's move on to physical education and health. Physical education, which is gym, you need 4 credits, meaning for every semester that you are here, you need to be in physical education, which is 0.58 credit for each class for physical education. Plus you want to take a 1 semester of health, which is 1 credit. Only 1 semester of health, which is equivalent to 1 credit. All right. Let's move on to art or virtual art. You need 2 credits, 1 and 2. However, if we have more art, you can take an art for a elective. So if we have more than 2, okay? But right now we have art, and you need those 2 credits in art, 1 and 2, okay? Any question regarding art?
I have a question for physical.
Sure.
Like last week they changed me from physical to science. So does that mean I still need to get the credits for physical?
Hold on, can you speak a little bit loud? I cannot hear you well.
last week they switched me from the physicals into science. So should I do I still need to go to physical to get the credits?
Let me check your program, Mark, and I'll speak to you afterwards. Let
Okay.
me check your program to see what you're talking about.
And that's Mark. Okay, this is Mark. Okay.
Yep, I'm writing it down so I could check your.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. Now let's move on to the electives credit. You need 7 minimum elective credits. Now, you might ask yourself, how can I get elective credits? So elective credits can come in from any department. For example, it can come in from foreign language, from art, from elective English, elective science. It can come in from, okay? And if you're moving on to the advanced region diploma, so some of those credits coming from the science, coming from the math, coming from the Lotte, from the Spanish or French, and so on and so on. Those are easy credit to get, and it's coming from any departments. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the regions. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any idea? Any idea how many regions do you need in New York State to graduate with a Regents diploma? Minimum.
5?
5 regions. Thank you. Thank you for answering. Brandon, right? Who was that, Brandon? Thank you,
Yes.
Brandon. Yes, you need 5 regions. And we're going to start with the English regions, even though that's not the region that you're going to be taking now. But the English region, you must pass with 65 or above 65. Of course, we expected you to have at least 80 or plus, but you need to pass the English regions and math regions with 65 or above. But of course, we want you to have 80 or plus. You need to pass the science regions, of course, 65, but we want more than that because we know you're capable to get more than that. So a global studies region 65, but of course you are capable to get more than that. You're getting better than that. So and also American history, that is for the Regents diploma. Now for the advanced region diploma, how many regions you think you need for the advanced region diploma? 9 regions, right? 9 regions. Now, so besides the 5 regions that we went over already, so you need to pass, listen to me carefully, you need to pass another 2 math regions with 65 or above, okay? You need to pass the Lotte, which is the Spanish or French, and you need to pass another science, right? So that will make it the 9 regions. Am I correct? Did you have any question regarding the advanced regions diploma? No question? Wow.
All right, everyone. So even though the advanced regions might sound like it's a lot, it really isn't, because remember, you're only taking regions for the classes that you're in. And so if you're going for the advanced regions, which you all should be thinking about doing now because you're just starting your classes and you'll be able to do it within the 4 years that you're here. So you have, again, so you'll be able to take those regions at the end of your courses, and before you know it, you'll have your advanced regions diploma. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You are all right now most likely taking US history, and so you'll have a US history regions. You're taking algebra or algebra 2, so you'll most likely have those regions. You're taking living environment, and so you'll have that regions as well. Okay, and so you'll all be scheduled to take regions in June.
Lisa, can I add something?
Of course.
Can I add?
Go ahead.
Oh, No, one thing that I want to remind them is that we want to make sure that because they've taken 3 regions the first year, it is great because at the end of the 9th grade, they are going to end up with 3 regions, and that's a great advance. So we would like them, if they need help, and I know you said that at the beginning, so make sure that you take advantage of the teacher's hours. And if you need help or tutoring, please make sure that you ask for help so you can pass all 3 regions and you don't have to be thinking about that anymore.
That's right. So let me talk about Regents exams and what happened last year. So as you know, the reason why we're having this virtual meeting is because we're in a pandemic. And last year, they waived all the Regents and gave credit to any student who passed the class. So this is really important for you guys to understand because we don't know what's going to happen for this coming June Regents for you, right? And so it's really important that you understand that what they did during the pandemic is they actually gave credit, a WA, which is a waiver, to any student who passed their course, took the full course and passed the course for both semesters. They were granted that Regents credit. And so that was actually a really good thing for many students because they got the credit for an exam that they never had to take. So we don't know what's going to happen and we can't foresee what's going to happen in June, but it's a good idea to pass your classes, right, and do really well so that if this is something that they do again, you're able to take advantage of that and get Regents credit. So we just wanted to remind you of that. As of right now, your Regents are scheduled for June 2nd is the US History Regents, the new administration of this exam. And then June 15th through the 25th is Regents Week. And you'll be, there's a schedule that should be coming out. And that's when you'll be given a schedule for the different exams that you'll have to take. Like I said before, living environment or algebra, most likely, are the exams that you'll be sitting for. US History will be June 2nd. Okay, so just to keep that in mind. And like Ms. Hernandez said, you don't want to stress out about it right before the exam. You want to ask for help now. You want to see, you want to make sure that you're understanding things throughout the course so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Now, there are some January dates, but again, this is only for any student who needs to retake a Regents exam. So that does not pertain to anyone in here right now. All right, so how do you get support? Well, teachers' office hours are from 1:59 p.m. to 2:19 p.m. And at the website that I showed you before, if you go to masshs.org and you click on 2020-2021, you're gonna see the teacher office hours Zoom links, all right? And it's really important, again, that you go and check that out and you can speak to your teacher. If you're here, if you're a blended student and you're here some of the days, then you can stay after school. If you're in person, you can stay after school, but you have to let your teacher know so that they can make arrangements for you because then your dismissal is different, okay? So keep that in mind as well. But all students all teachers are available during this time. And then we also have after school tutoring and we have Saturday school. So you want to, again, click on masshighschool.org, click on the 2020-2021 tab, and you're going to click on after school and Saturday school sessions. And this is a perfect opportunity because, again, it's virtual. It's a perfect opportunity for you to get extra support after school and on the weekends. All right, so please make sure that you're constantly checking the website for these things. Okay, so how many of you got your report cards without any problems? Raise your hand, give me a thumbs up. Brandon's falling asleep. Okay, there you are. Good. Good job, good job, good job. Some of you have your cameras up. I can't see you. If you had a problem, you probably had an issue with your pupil path, and we hopefully helped you through it. But if you still need your pupil path code or something's funny about it, you don't know what to do, you're gonna email Ms. Hernandez and she's gonna help you, or myself, and we can help you get through your pupil path codes and make sure that you can see your report cards, because you're also going to be able to see your grade book, right? Your teacher's grade books, You'll be able to have a conversation with your parents before parent-teacher conference and show them what you need to improve upon. And you'll be able to eventually see your transcript on there as well. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so each semester, your final grades are entered on your student transcript. So that's every third marking period. Every third marking period is when your grades are finalized on your transcript. Okay, so every marking period counts. It's really important that you understand that every marking period counts. And then the third marking period is when the teacher sees how you've been doing the whole semester and will put your final grade on your transcript. You earn 1 credit for each passing grade. And remember what Ms. Hernandez said, you need 44 credits to graduate in the different content areas, right? They're dispersed amongst the different content areas. Each semester is considered a separate term. And so it's really important that you just make sure that you're doing your classwork, your homework, any projects, papers, exams, participation. All of that is really important. And obviously absence, cutting, lateness, it will lower your grade, and you need to make sure that you're talking to your teachers. Obviously, again, we're in a pandemic and we understand that there are a lot of issues with technology and things that we need to do, but communication is really important because your teacher is going to think that you're not doing your work or that you're absent all the time. And so it's really important that you communicate with your teacher so that it does not affect your grade, okay? Now, normally, when we're not in a pandemic, we have numerical grades, and a 55 is failing. Anything between a 65 and 100 is passing, okay? Now that we're in the situation that we're in, you saw in your report card that you might have received an N for needs improvement, okay? So instead of failing the class because we don't know what's going on and we're not sure what's happening with your work or something that you didn't do, the teachers gave an N for needs improvement. But that means that you need to improve that grade because on your transcript, if you don't improve your grade from now until the end of the course, you're going to fail the course. And so it's really important that you check your report cards, and if you see anything that's less than a 65, which is an N, that you follow up with your teacher and you make sure, what can I do to improve in this class, okay? And that you follow that feedback so that you can improve and make sure that the next marking period you do better. Attendance is really important, you guys. That's why I showed you the link before. You're supposed to maintain a 90% attendance. And it's really important, again, that you speak to your teachers if you know for a fact that you can't make the class, because you are allowed to make up classwork. And so, again, if you're absent, you have a legitimate reason, you can let the teacher know and you can make up the work and the teacher will take it. That is part of our grading policy, to accept late work and grade it. So please make sure that you're advocating for yourselves and you're speaking to your teachers about what's going on academically. This is our school-wide grading policy. All content areas follow this. And as you can see, we have the 50% of your grade is summative assessments. And these are different examples of what that looks like, right? So it says standards-based exams, projects, essays, lab reports, presentations, performances for those of you who are taking dance, art, anything like that. This is what it means when we say 50% of your grade is summative assessment. 25% are your formative assessments, your quizzes, your small projects, any assignment where you have to write a draft and then rewrite it, homework, anything that has to do with formative assessment is 25%. Your classwork is worth 15%. So your do-nows, your guided practice, any journals, summaries, exit slips that your teacher assigns, near-pod assignments, right? Anything like that, those are worth 15%. And then class participation is worth 10%. So again, I know it's difficult when you're doing things virtually, but it's really important that you participate in the chat, raise your hand, unmute yourselves and talk to your teachers. When you go into breakout rooms, that you're participating with your group, because all of that counts for 10% of your grade. All right, any questions about this before we move on?
Mr. Tar,
Yes, sir.
there's a question in the chat, and I also had the same question.
Okay, ask it because I can't see it, honey. Go ahead.
Yeah. What if we want to take an advanced Regents? Do we take them this year?
Can I answer that?
No, so, sure,
Can I answer?
sure.
Okay, sorry. So you already have started, honey. All of you, you started already. So the only thing that we can say to you right now, so try not to fail any classes, try to pass your Regents. So, because what happened when you fail classes and fail Regents, you fail behind.
Ms. Hernandez, I'm going to interrupt you because Yogesh is asking about the Advanced Regents Diploma, if I believe, right, Yogesh?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so just give me 1 second, Ms. Hernandez. So, so you're already on track for Advanced Regents Diploma. Everyone starts off, we start off expecting that you're all going to leave 4 years from now with an Advanced Regents Diploma. So there are no extra Regents you can take. You have to take the Regents after you finish the course. And so as long as you're on track for the, with the right courses and the right Regents afterwards, then you're on track for the Advanced Regents Diploma. So there's nothing necessary that you have to do. You don't have to let us know now that you want to take anything. You're just going to be scheduled for these things, and then you're going to be on that track for Advanced Regents as you accumulate credit and as you accumulate your Regents exams. Okay, so is that what, did I answer your question?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want to ask anything or clarify anything? Okay, so let's keep going. So this is what your transcript is going to look like when you have one. Some of you did bring credit from middle school, so you have a couple of things on here already. But as you can see, it shows you the year that you were here, the course that you took that year, this, end semester. It shows you the code for the class that you took, the name of the class that you took, the grade that you received, the teacher name, and then it gives you the credit. So it'll show you, for example, if you look at this picture here at the zoom in picture, it shows that it's 1 credit out of 1 credit. But sometimes it might say 0 credits out of 1 credit if you failed the class. And so again, we're gonna talk about this more when you have a transcript at the end of the 3rd marking period. But for right now, I just wanted to show you that this is the NX, which was given during the pandemic to students who did not complete a course, and then they were allowed to complete it in the summer, or they're completing it now as we speak. And so that's why it's really important, again, that since we don't know what's happening, that you pass your classes and that you're up to date with your work, so that if we do get, for whatever reason, the Regents waived, you'll be able to get credit for an exam that you don't have to physically take. So again, this doesn't pertain to you as of yet, but I just wanted to show you what that would look like. And this is what it would show on your transcript. When you do get that waiver, it would show a WA under exam summary. And Yogesh, again, to answer your question, so you would see all these exams after the courses, you would take these exams, and then it would show all the exams that you took and all your passing scores. And then based on reviewing the transcript to see that you meet the criteria for Advanced Regents, then you would just receive it. So there's really not much you have to do except continuously speak to your counselor about the courses that you're interested in and what you want to take so that you're on track for the Advanced Regents Diploma. Okay, Ms. Hernandez.
Oh, okay, guys. Now we are going to discuss the conversion of the average. In high school, when you see your transcript later on, you're going to have average on the bottom, on the left side, right? So now, when you go to college, average is get converted into a GPA. So the maximum average here is 100, and in college, of course, is 4.0. You got an A, you get 4.0, and this is the conversion here. So when you hear the word GPA, that means average. okay? So we want to make sure, even though you're in ninth grade, you're starting getting used to the word average, GPA. Average is the same thing as GPA, and we have the conversion here for you to see what letter is equivalent to what number. When you see that you get 97 to 100, you mean that you get A plus. For 93 to 96, that's an A. So meaning that when the college sees you transcript from high school, immediately get converted to a letter grade, and that will be your GPA. So it's important that you keep your GPA high, because the college look into that. Even though they also look at many different things that you do within the school community, for example, community service and stuff like that. But the GPA is very important.
So the reason why we wanted to share that with you is, again, you're in ninth grade, but you're already on track to graduation. And so many of you might be, we might be in the same room with our valedictorian or our salutatorian 4 years from now. And so it's really important that you understand that if you would like to be your class valedictorian or salutatorian, you need to keep track of your GPA. And so you really don't want to go anywhere under an 86, right? Because that would be a 3.0 average. And so you want to make sure that you're keeping your grades high and that you understand that that's how you would determine your GPA.
Also, another thing that I want to add to that is that, for example, when you start searching for college and you start filling out the college application, they have questions that say, what is your GPA? So you have to answer, what is your GPA? So we want to make sure that you know how to convert it, and that not only how to convert it, but you have a great high GPA average, okay?
All right, so Ms. Hernandez mentioned community service, and we do offer community service. And one of the ways that we do it is by having different service activities. For example, give me a thumbs up if you wore pink during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Did anybody? I can't see, let me see. Why don't I see a lot of thumbs? Oh no.
I only see one.
Oh no, some of you are like, oh no, pink is not my color. Yes, that was, you missed a great, okay, I see a thumb, I see a thumb. I see a few thumbs. Okay, Amira, I see you. Who else? I saw someone else. But yeah, so Breast Cancer Awareness Month, when we, when we had Ms. Middleton ask everyone to wear pink, that was actually community service as well. And you got credit for wearing pink. So there are a lot of different events like that that we will be having. And so usually it's shared in your advisory class. But when you're asked to participate in something like that and you actually do it, you will get community service hours, okay? And it's important that you start keeping track now or start participating now and getting those hours now, because in order to graduate from high school, you need community service hours. So a lot of our seniors, I know when we had the town hall, they were interested in this. You may not be so much, but you should be, because it's fun for the school and it gives you community service hours, okay? And it's okay to ask your teacher when they ask you to do something like that, is this gonna give me community service hours? Just in case.
Let me start. There's a question in the chat.
Okay, what's the question?
What is a valedictorian? So we need to answer that.
Okay, you want me to answer it?
I can answer. The valedictorian is the student. For example, you are the class of 2020, you're supposed to graduate 2024, and as a student that had a higher average, the higher GPA. Understand? You see why it's important that you maintain your GPA or your average very high up? So meaning that you started now. So make sure that you keep it up. So I had a higher GPA. We also had a salutatorian, that is the second person that had a higher GPA or average.
Yep.
I want you to get,
so after 4 years, remember that it's something that has to be maintained. So the valedictorian would have the highest GPA over the 4 years here, and the salutatorian would have the second highest average. Okay.
And
So,
go ahead.
so going back to community service hours, we also have internship opportunities, student government opportunities. So again, anything like that is always advertised and is always on our website. And so when you hear things like that, just know that that is where you're gonna get your community service hours. Again, virtually until we come back to school. In person, there'll be other opportunities as well. And then you'll be able to do other things like volunteer different places in your community. But for now, to be safe, we're doing everything virtually. So make sure that you are a part of that.
Ms. Satar,
Yes.
I don't responded to the question if they were asking about distinction between the highest grade in the class or the grade. Jamin asked that.
Oh, what's the question?
So it was clarity about valedictorian, and just so you guys know, it's the accumulation of your GPA or your average, the highest one after 4 years. So you guys started this year together in 2020, and like Amanda said, by 2024, you'll have 4 years of grades, right? That are then averaged into the GPA, and the student with the highest of all 4 years put together and averaged is going to be the person that becomes the valedictorian, and then, you know, does things like deliver the speech at graduation.
And I would like to add, hello, Mr. Young. Also, I want to clarify that just make sure that you remember everything is accumulative, okay? So, because sometimes you might think, or you might hear from some kids at the 11th grade is what counts. No, it's not. It's counting since now, okay? Very important that you start getting the higher grade. And if you see that you're getting low grade, you're entitled to go to the teacher and say, why am I getting low grade? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to improve? Because I do not want to have low grade. Because you need to go for the higher grade, okay? So as Ms. Thompson Young and Ms. Tai say, so the valedictorian, salutatorian, the higher grade and the higher GPA is starting now, okay? And of course, take advantage of the teachers after hours.
Okay, everyone, any questions about that before we move on? Someone let me know if there's a question in the chat.
You know that. No more.
Okie dokie. So,
no more question.
I should, you know what? I should go back and trick you guys. And I want someone to tell me, who can tell me one of Mass High School's core values?
Oh.
Let's see, put it in the chat if you know a core value. Extra credit. Brandon, anything? Mark, anybody?
One started with a P.
Starts with a P, okay.
Perseverance, perseverance.
Perseverance, okay, great. That's a good one to remember. Anyone else?
Anybody else? Start with the I. Starting with the I.
She's giving you hints.
I got an ice cream.
Integrity? They're putting,
Yes.
so
Perfect.
they have legacy, respect, love, Amira and Amanda.
Cool.
Oh, the chat, okay.
Okay, awesome. So yes, these
Perfect.
are our core values: legacy, love, perseverance, integrity, equity, and respect. And so we really hope that you keep to those core values, that you model those core values. And the question now on your Mentimeter is, what are the 3 things that you learned today? Can anyone put 3 things? You're gonna scan the QR code. I'm gonna put this in the chat.
I never.
Go ahead. You can say it out loud.
You could put it in the chat.
I never knew that there was 5 regions. I always thought that there was 1. Because when I was in middle school, my teacher told me you only had to take 1 region in high school.
Oh wow. So I'm really glad to clear that up.
Well, honey, you are in the right place. And if you have any question, or if you friend have any questions, so Our doors are always open. We are open door policy.
Okay.
Even if we are virtually right now, you can email us, you can call us. We have the phone number there. And
Let's check
also,
his internet. We're not on that screen yet. All right, what about, so let's see, what are 3 things that you learned today? Anyone else respond using the QR code, or I just put the link in the chat?
The QR code is the same thing as the other one.
No way. All right,
Yeah, I
so then
tried.
let's respond. That's weird. I thought I checked it, but yes, I'm sorry about that. That's okay, let's use the chat then. Or we can unmute ourselves. Anyone else? What's something that you learned today?
Credit split.
I can't hear you.
I learned that you need 44 credits.
okay.
Good. Yep, really important. And there are different content areas. Anyone else?
I learned about how our GPAs are calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
And when you get the
Excellent.
transcript, you'll be able to see that clearer. And we also, we're gonna be, Ms. Thompson Young is putting the list together for the honor roll students. Those of you that made honor roll will still get will get a notification soon. And that's also how you keep track. Anyone else? So we're gonna do open forum. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can write them in the chat. Any questions about anything that we discussed today or anything else? If it's something that is pertaining just to you, you can hang out till we finish, or you can email us separately.
Mr. Tar, it's a question in the chat, and I say, what the transcript look like? Can you please go back to the transcript so we can show it to them again?
Sure. So this,
Okay.
this on the left, we took out, this is an actual student transcript, and we just took out the student's name and personal information. But this is someone who's in the 12th grade, so their transcript is full, 11th or 12th grade. And so this is what your transcript looks like.
And just to make sure that they understand, I know you explained very well, but this is a permanent transcript, permanent record. So divided in different subject area. For example, the first part you're gonna see is English, then you're gonna see social studies, then science, then math, then language other than English. Then you will see physical education and health, and you also will see electives, and then the Regents, of course, the Regents examination. Okay, so and the grade always going to be on the right side, and the credit will be on the right side as well.
Okay, you guys, any other questions, comments? This is the time to share. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up as we conclude our meeting so that you can take down our information if you need to. It'sghernandez@masshs.org or ihacha-satar@masshs.org. And again, feel free to reach out to us if you have a specific question. Mark, I'm going to email you, or if you want to stay afterwards, we can talk. Any other questions before we finish up? Okay, well, it was wonderful meeting all of you. Thanks so much for coming. And again, you know, anything that you need, please reach out to us. We're here for you and your families. Hope to talk to you soon.
Bye guys, it was nice meeting you, even though it's virtually. And I want to let you know that we are here for you, for your family as well. If you have any question, any concern, any support that you need, we are here. Let us know, please. Our information is there. And you all look great. And let us know what you need, okay? We are here.